right, good morning, weightlifting fans. You are looking live at the 2016 RVA Open and Invitational, brought to you by Barbend, barbend.com. My name is Mike Raber. I'm here with the one and only best-dressed man in North America, David Tao. We just saw the opening snatch of Erin Barclay. Opening attempt at 39 kilos was good. She is on the board. Opening attempt of day number 2 here at the RVA Open. Last night we had the invitational portion of the weightlifting competition. We saw some big money awarded to James Tatum, Frankie Murray, DJ Shuttleworth, who may be related to Jesus Shuttleworth, we discovered last night. Women's side, big money for Stephanie Lemon. I don't have the list in front of me, but Stephanie Lemon was our invitational women's session champion. All the video from yesterday, I believe, and have been verified, can be found on Barbend's Facebook page, all archived for future usage. So you're obviously watching on Barbend. I hope you like what you see, like what you hear. So feel free to share, give us comments. You can see all the action live again at Barbend's Facebook page, the RVA Open and Invitationals Facebook page, or on barbend.com. The link is up. Dave Tao, Mr. Senor Tao is making some comments right now. We are watching weightlifting. We're loving the weightlifting, and we're hoping you're loving the weightlifting also. So again, share the feeds, share the comments, give us some comments. If you're cheering for anyone in particular, please let us know. If you are, just tell us where you're watching. Are you home? Are you at the park? Let us know where you're watching. There we go. Erin Potter, her opening attempt, 41 kilos. That's a fast snatch. Couldn't hold on to it. Got a little back on her heels there. I'd like to welcome Dave Tao back to the program.
Looked like though. I think she's going to come out and make that. Good to see you this morning, Mike.
Thanks.
You look good.
Well, good to be back.
We got coffee.
I look a lot better this morning than I did last night.
Last night was a long day yesterday.
We had specific comments on how horrible I looked after 15 hours.
Thanks for everyone who tuned in yesterday, because it was a long day, but a good day. Good day lifting.
Good day. The day before, I had driven down from New York. We woke up early to get prepped, to get our game plan in. Speaking of game plan, here comes Amy Robinson, her opening attempt, 41 kilos. And this morning, we have some good lifting, Dave.
We have throughout the day we have some good lifting.
Of course. I've only seen the cards for this session. I'm going one session at a time.
That'll be a good lift for Amy. So in this session, we have the women's 58A group.
This is true.
The full 63
yes.
and the full 69 groups for women.
This is factual.
So a lot of good lifters. Well, the Invitational was last night.
Yes.
And we saw some national and international level lifters, some world team members.
World team members.
Today we're actually seeing some very good up-and-coming lifters.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
And maybe the next crop of lifters that you'll see at Nationals, the American Open,
I'm sure.
University Nationals.
A lot of people yesterday qualified for the American Open in Orlando.
Very cool. Here
comes Diana Brown for her opening attempt at 41 kilos.
She can hold on to it.
From RVA Open,
nice.
In her home gym.
A little forward, but she holds on to it.
Judges agree, looks good.
You know who we already have commenting on the stream today? Jackie Long.
Also from RVA Weightlifting.
From RVA Weightlifting.
She won some money yesterday. She had a nice day.
Jackie had a great performance yesterday.
I think she went 5 for 6.
Yeah, I think she went.
Just going off memory because it was a long night.
She missed her last clean and jerk.
Last clean and jerk would have been a PR, I believe.
Jackie, congratulations on the performance yesterday. You were a lot of fun to watch. Really nailed your lifts. Came out and attacked the bar.
She's a national medalist. She got bronze at the Nationals this past year. Jackie Long.
I think she's a multi-time national medalist. Actually.
Look, I'm going off memory, so you're probably right.
I think. Anyway, Jackie Long, thanks for watching. Already commenting on the stream. She was a lot of fun to watch yesterday. Great lifter.
She came out to Pantera. She has some good music. I remember that. She came out to some good rock music.
She was also on the stream yesterday before her own session, cheering on her teammates, some of her training partners.
It's a good way to relax. Watch some weightlifting. It's a good way to get ready for your own weightlifting. Watch some other people lifting some weights.
I just talk about weightlifting.
Yeah. Actually, that's how I got ready this morning for watching weightlifting. I watched a video of you talking about weightlifting yesterday.
It's a little weird. It's a little meta.
So I prepped myself.
That's a good second attempt for Erin Potter. Good work, Erin. We have lots of folks already watching this morning, early on a Sunday morning, including Michael Gill, watching out of Florida, USA.
Oh my goodness, Michael Gill, originally from the Buffalo area, just like me, good friend of ours.
Michael Gill
pro
comments,
strongman.
Oh my God, Mike Graber.
Oh my God, Mike Gill, pro strongman. He is one of, if not the most strongest man I know.
Michael Gill is a
Personally.
multi-talented strength athlete, a fantastic ambassador for strength sport, a contributor to Barbend.
He's a professional strongman. He's
as at Pro Strongman might imply.
Yeah, of course, yeah. He's I don't want to say amateur weightlifter, but he's a weightlifter. He's competed in weightlifting. I've had the privilege of warming him up a time or two in competitions.
I like how you didn't say coaching specifically.
I wouldn't. I was like his warm-up consultant, if anything. But here we go. Mary Dempsey, opening attempt, 42 kilos in the snatch, so we're weights gradually moving up. Mike Gill also in the Buffalo Weightlifting Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer.
Aren't you in the Buffalo Weightlifting Hall of Fame, Mike? A recent addition,
I may be.
right?
I'm more recent than Mike Gill. He's a seasoned vet.
So the Buffalo Weightlifting Hall of Fame, and maybe Michael Gill can comment on the live stream here, but I also want to hear it from Mike Graber. So it's for multiple strength sports.
Oh yeah,
it's not just weightlifting.
It's more like a barbend type of thing where you got strongmen, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, probably bodybuilding. You know, anyone involved in some strength.
Bar bending.
Bar bending. You see, okay, Aaron Barkley, second attempt, 42 kilos. I don't want to take too much attention away from the main platform, the action on the platform. A good power snatch.
That's a good lift.
Yeah, when Dave Tao says bar bending, I have pictures in my head of old-timey strong men bending steel around their necks and around their wrists out of like Coney Island.
There's still some of that goes on in Coney Island.
Every fall, I don't know if you're aware of this, there's an old-time barbell. You are.
Yeah.
Old-time barbell and strength. I'm butchering the name. Association of Old-Time Barbell and Strongmen dinner that Artie Drexler runs.
I was just going to
say, every October.
Yeah.
Former junior world record holder.
In the press.
In the press, yeah.
A good friend of mine and a good friend of Barbend's as well, Josh Peters, is the secretary for the Association of Old-Time Strongmen.
I've been to the dinner a few times. It's very interesting. It's very fun. Out of Newark, New Jersey.
Olivia Stankiewicz, I'm mispronouncing
Stankiewicz.
Olivia, I'm sorry. You lifted great yesterday. Thanks for tuning in this morning and commenting. Mary Dempsey going for her second attempt.
I got an assumption Stankiewicz will be rooting for Adrian Zielinski in the Olympics in about 19 days.
Oh, just loses it behind. Plenty of power there. Plenty of power there for Mary. She's got a do-or-die third attempt. She's going to come out and nail it. Lots of good comments already this morning. It's awesome to see people up early, watching some weightlifting, commenting on some weightlifting. We got Olivia, Michael Gill, Jackie Long. Fantastic. Michael Gill reminds us that when we say seasoned in strength sports, it just means old.
He's still a great-looking guy. Like, honestly, if I was going to go, out to the clubs and I need a wingman, I'd take Mike Gill.
I would pretend I would just ask Mike Gill to pretend he was me.
Or security. If I needed a bodyguard for some reason, I'd also ask Mike Gill.
I don't think I've ever looked as strong as Mike Gill, as like Mike Gill's finger.
And Mike Gill honestly when I first met Mike Gill, when he was still actively competing in strongman and powerlifting, he was, he's still a big guy today, but he was probably well over 300 pounds, like negative 2% body fats. Today I think he's down to maybe like 260 because he's not competing.
He's just a walking around jacked and big.
He's still negative 2% body fat, but there's more body fat on a piece of romaine lettuce than Mike Gill.
Okay, well, it looks like we got Melissa Camborian on deck for her second attempt at 43 kilograms. Michael Gill reminds us Polish power.
Exactly.
Hey,
Polska Kron, the Polish horses.
A lot of strong people from Poland. All right, Melissa going after... Oh, it's her first attempt. It says second on the scoreboard, but our graphic, which I believe is correct, has this as her first attempt.
Well, here we go. 43 kilos. Very nice. Little hop forward, but good depth. Stands up. Good weight for her. Good reps.
Yeah. Good work, Melissa.
So, Dave, I just want to remind everyone, we're coming live on the Barbend Facebook page. If you like what you see, share it, give it a heart, give it a like. And you know what? If you are rooting for anyone in particular, give us some comments. Tell us who you're rooting for, who you're watching, who are you watching later today, who did you watch yesterday that you liked. If these are your training partners or your friends, family, give us some stories. Where are you watching from? Are you at home? Are you in bed still, just laying out?
Are you cheering for Erin Potter? Going for her third attempt here?
Are you at Starbucks watching? Tell us where you are and who you're rooting for.
That's going to be a good lift for Erin Potter.
I like it.
Mike, we got a heart. We got our first heart on the stream.
Thank you.
That makes us, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Last night I was watching some replays of our webcast instead of sleeping as I should have been.
All right.
And you know what was pretty cool?
Tell me.
Cord Wilkes
Yes.
was going on and responding to questions from the archive of the stream. So a lifter.
Cord Wilkes was I was probably watching him do it and not even realize it because I was in the back room with him.
Because it was after we left the venue.
Oh my goodness.
It was late last night. Cord Wilkes, one of the lifters in the Invitational yesterday, one of the top male lifters, went back on the live stream answering comments and questions on the live stream. So you never know who's going to come back and address your comments. So
we got the Mary Dempsey up here, third attempt at 43 kilos. Here we go. Do or die. She needs us to stay in the competition. Tight, stay tight. Head up.
She's going to get it.
All right. She made it look easy. She should have done that on her first attempt.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but the important thing is she's on the board.
It's on the board, exactly. And
she can still get a total today.
That's the important thing. So I have we were talking yesterday about all different people from our past watching Facebook feeds.
For better or for worse?
Better for worse. So a good friend of mine from high school, Rick Eicheldinger, I believe, is watching. Rick Eicheldinger, who played high school football with me, except he was actually on the field. I was on the sideline. He went on to be a.
He played high school.
He played high school football. I participated in high school football. A good friend of mine, multiple time D3 football All-American at Hobart. Rick Eicheldinger following along, says good work. Thank you, Rick. From Ohio. Again, from Ohio. That probably explains a lot. Big following from Ohio.
If you're from Ohio, give us a shout out in the comments because we have had so many folks from Ohio tuning in. Maybe the best represented state. Erin Barclay going up for her.
Texas, I think, is a close second, but Ohio and
Virginia
Texas.
too.
Virginia, obviously.
Erin Barclay, 45 kilograms on the bar.
Not today. That's a little
psyched off the ground.
A little heavy. To be fair, it would have been a little heavy for me also. So yesterday, Dave, I couldn't sleep as well. I had that cat running around in our house. Possibly the future logo of Barbend, the cat. Mascot, future mascot.
Barbend
feline. So I was watching your interview with the Dragon, Kane Wilkes.
Kane is that that's the first time I've met
that was
Kane.
a very interesting interview.
Thank you. Well, it was all Kane.
Well, so still very interesting. So kudos to you and to the Dragon, Kane Wilkes.
I'm always curious about people who compete in the same sports as other family members, and when sports becomes a family affair. Right, Melissa Camborian, third attempt.
45 kilos. Good on her opening 2 attempts at 41 and 43. So let's have a little more weight on there. See what happens. And we see what happens. Looks like a good lift.
She'll go 3 for 3 on the snatches. Yeah, Kane. It was interesting talking to Kane because, he's obviously one of the premier weightlifters in North America now.
Of course.
The top super heavyweight in North America.
Yeah,
pretty much hands down.
Yeah.
And
obviously even in the Western Hemisphere, he's in the top 2 or 3.
Yeah. There's maybe Fernando
Reyes from Brazil. I would say
is
above him.
Yeah.
He took second at the Pan Ams. Not a great. He had a good showing.
Didn't have his best meet.
Not his best meets. So any given day, obviously anything can happen. The Venezuelan heavyweight, had him on that day, but I mean everyone else.
And
it was those two guys. But any given day, anything could happen.
But the first Wilkes brother to kind of make a splash nationally was
Cord.
Cord. He was 2 years younger, actually.
Yeah.
He was a 2011 American Open champion.
Accurate. He medaled at nationals. Kane medaled at nationals as well, but I think at that point in time, everyone said, "Oh, Cord is going to be the next big thing," and then Cord had some injuries, and Kane took America by storm as a heavyweight.
Cord looked really good yesterday.
He looks really good. He looks
back.
healthy. He looks.
Not that he went anywhere necessarily.
No, but I mean, he's healthy. He looks healthy, and that's good to see.
A little too much for Amy Robinson there on her second attempt.
Little off front. You know, a good pull. You just got to get it back. Get that bar back.
We just had Tom Sroka join.
Speaking of American Open champions.
American Open champion.
He won in
super heavyweight American Open champion.
He won in Dallas 2013.
Tom has coaching a few lifters from Big Shoulders CrossFit in the session today. Tom,
not physically coaching them, but he coaches them in Chicago. They're here competing. Yes.
Tom, give if your lifters who have
if he was here physically, we probably would have brought him on the show.
Give him 100%. He'd be sitting where I was.
He'd probably have my job.
Tom, if you want to give your lifters a shout out so that the people know who you coach on the stream, I'd appreciate it. I mean.
Now, also, I was looking at the start list. One of Tom's athletes this morning is opening with 80 kilos, and she's one of the top snatchers of the session. I think it's a 69-kilo lady. I'm looking at my roster real quick so I can actually give proper credit where credit is due. I believe it's Katie Boyer, Big Shoulders, CrossFit, opening 80. She on the start list, her best snatch is 82 kilos. So I got to think if she makes 80, she's going to be set up really nicely for a PR in the snatch. Well, we had another lady on the start list opening 80 as well, a junior lifter. So let me look and see if I can identify who that was, since we don't have the start list in front of us.
Amy Robinson, third attempt.
Yes.
Better effort there. Let's see if they give it to her. And the judges are going to say 3 whites. 3 whites. We had a great question. Looks like Michael Straub is asking, why is the weight in metric? Well, easy answer to that. Weightlifting is always in metric.
Yeah, the world, crazy enough, the world revolves around metric. Unless you live in America or Jamaica, or I think it's 1 or 2 other really small countries, you are a metric country. So generally speaking, the world revolves around the English language and metric.
English language, I might disagree with you on that.
That's fine.
But metric, I'm
100%
in.
As an example, if you're ever on an airplane and you're in like a foreign country, chances are they're announcing, like information in English and in the language of the country you're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the IWF, for example, the International Weightlifting Federation, at their international events, they do all the commentary in English and the host country's language. So if you're at the Olympics in Rio, you're going to hear English and Portuguese.
Laura Bankston.
But that's just an example.
Is up for her first snatch.
I'm not trying to say anything about English being the end-all be-all language. There's lots of great languages.
There are lots of great languages.
Such as Russian. Здравствуйте, David. Добрый вечер. Good morning. Or Доброе утро. Good morning.
We have Tracy Ocker watching from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and cheering for Gabrielle Ocker. Tracy, shout out to Grand Rapids. I was in Holland, Michigan a few months ago and swung by Grand Rapids. Never been to Grand Rapids before. Cool town. Have you been to Grand Rapids, Mike?
Never been there. I've been to Battle Creek, Kellogg, once.
Cool. Grand Rapids is a really cool town. I enjoyed it.
Is that Western or is that near Detroit? Where is that?
It's Western Michigan.
Okay,
yeah.
near like Kalamazoo.
You can people make the mitten, and they say like where on the mitten.
Ah,
and
yes,
it's like
yes.
Over here.
West, closer to Chicago, the west coast of Michigan. So we're going up to 50 kilos now. Big yellow plates. It's going to be the second attempt of Laura Bankston.
Michael Straub is watching from Wausau, Wisconsin. What's up, Wausau?
What up, Wausau? What
Wausau.
Up? What up? Do.
Yeah, but it's In IWF competition, you're going to see the metric system. It's, I have had a lot of people over the years ask me, oh, why don't we do an Olympic lifting competition in pounds? And it's just not how the sport's done. It's just not.
I mean, you can. No one's stopping you.
You can, but it's not. Not going to be.
A lot of time, like if you have it in America, the announcer's announcing in pounds anyway. Commentators, the announcers, whoever's in charge of the microphones.
There are some very American people, some true patriots who lift in kilograms. It's okay.
It's all right. Like, who does? Jared Fleming.
And Dennis Reno. Tommy Kono lifted in kilograms. And pounds. I actually think they did use pounds for some of his competitions.
Tommy Kono's not just one of the greatest Americans, one of the greatest weightlifters ever.
He was named the weightlifter of the century in 2005 on, I believe it was the IWF's 100th anniversary.
I would agree with the IWF in that regards.
Tommy Kono, a weightlifter, bodybuilder, coach, author.
He coached several American national team, Mexican national team,
yep.
West Germany national team, I believe.
If there was something to be accomplished in the sport of weightlifting.
You know what else Tommy Kono did? Tommy Kono was an official at the original 1977 World's Strongest Man. If you watch the videos, which recently there was an article on barbend.com.
Yep.
You may have read it.
Yep.
1977 World's Strongest Man competition. You had some great football players, weightlifters, strongmen, wrestlers, Ken Patera, Paul Anderson, I believe. Maybe not Paul Anderson. Ken Patera, Bruce Wilhelm.
I want to pause you real quick
please.
while Laura goes for her second attempt. That's an easy power snatch for Laura.
Nice.
She's got plenty. All right, you were saying the inaugural Strongest Man.
Inaugural World's Strongest Man. Tommy Kono was an official, a referee, probably even a coach there. He was involved.
Probably was tempted to compete.
He probably could have won a few events also. He's 1977. He was not that old.
That video, there's a few videos actually embedded in a recent article on barbend.com about the 1977 World's Strongest Man. Lou Ferrigno was competing.
How could I forget Lou Ferrigno?
The original Hulk.
The original Hulk.
Really cool. It's interesting how from interesting beginnings, strongman today, and Michael Gill might be able to talk a little bit more about this, about the evolution of strongman over the last 4 decades into what it is today, and how it's still very much evolving as a sport, growing in popularity. It's becoming more popular amongst women. A lot of recent professional events and organizations have been announced for women's strongman, which is super cool and very cool to see more gender parity in the sport. Michael Gill saying, Franco Colombo also competing in the 1977 World's Strongest Man. I think so.
No, Franco Harris?
Franco Harris.
From the Steelers. Football player. Yeah, I made a generic statement. Lots of football. There were some strong football players, as well as wrestlers, weightlifters. As a reminder, you're watching the live stream brought to you for free, gratis, by barbend.com. You're possibly on the Barbend Facebook page or the RVA Facebook page, or barbend.com. We got the YouTube stream. If you like what you see, share it. Share it with the world. Share it with your friends, your teammates, your training partners, sports enthusiasts of all kinds. And give us a like, and obviously give us some comments. Who are you watching this morning? Where are you watching from? Are you using it as a way to recuperate from a long night at the clubs, possibly?
How's the weather? It's hot here in Richmond, Virginia. We're at the RVA Open,
beautiful,
at CrossFit RVA.
But it's also beautifully hot.
It is hot and muggy.
We are getting ready now. Third attempt, Laura Bankston. 53 kilos on the bar, all yellow. She's got a very nice Nike singlet on, rocking the Nike shoes, Nike singlet.
She's had a great day on the snatch. Look at that. Look at that. 3 power snatches, 3 for 3. A few more comments that we're seeing on the thread. It looks like I was right. Michael Gill was talking about Franco Colombo.
I should never doubt you. I apologize.
Who I watched the video recently, I guess. And Michael also says, in regards to the evolution of strongman, over the last 17 years, it's gone from a TV show to a competitive sport. And it's awesome to see it getting more coverage these days, more mainstream traction. But it's not just the big giant guys competing in strongman. It's people of multiple weight classes and sizes, men, women. Hopefully, that gets a little more coverage over the next couple of years. The variety of competitors in that sport.
They do strongman. They have several big competitions, including the Arnold every year. The Arnold has strongman, bodybuilding, powerlifting, a little Olympic weightlifting competition. I've been to a few times. Been to a time or two.
Yvonne Halpin, who's watching from Ireland, was watching a little bit yesterday too. Shout out to Ireland. Thanks for tuning in internationally. Really appreciate that.
We got the opening attempt now. Sarah Wengstrom, 55 kilos on the bar. That's a good, strong opener.
I like that.
Sarah's looking unattached. She's all of 21 years old.
A lot of young up-and-coming lifters. We had some youth lifters yesterday who blew me away with their technique, their speed.
Definitely. Their patience with the lifting. Getting into hole, getting comfortable, standing up.
Michael Gill, by the way, if you're curious a little bit more about Strongman, please read some of the great stuff he's written for Barbend, Strongman Corporation, and in the comments he's actually clarifying on some of the current weight classes for strongman competitors in both men's and women's divisions, which is super helpful. Thank you, Michael.
He's an actual source of knowledge in this area, whereas me, I'm just guessing.
Michael's an endless source of knowledge in this area as a coach, competitor, enthusiast, writer, programmer. It's actually Diana Brown up. We just put up a graphic for Sarah Wengstrom, but it's Diana Brown.
All right, Diana is lifting for True Core Barbell Club.
Oh, right at the last minute. That's a heartbreaker. She'll come out and hit that.
Come out, yeah, shake that off. Shake it off. All right, so it looks like the bar's going to be tightened up. I believe Diana's following herself. We have a 2-minute clock.
She lost at the very end. She's got that lift. She's lost at the very end. Jay Mizell says, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says, I want to give a shout out to my niece, Tatiana who should be coming up soon, and we're looking forward to seeing her lift too. Thanks for the shout out, Jay. I'm sure she appreciates it.
Yeah.
Quinn Keller is asking, where's Brian Shaw? Is he there? Brian Shaw is not in Richmond, Virginia right now. You know what?
Brian Shaw, is that Brian Shaw from the nutritionist?
3-time world's strongest man.
No, he was invited, I believe, but he didn't accept the invitation.
I don't know if he got my text.
That's better than I did. I think I just tweeted him, so it was really informal.
I would love to interview Brian Shaw, but we would have to readjust the camera to fit him in the frame in the commentary booth right now.
To be fair, it's fitted for former 56-kilo national champions. We'd have to zoom out for strongman competitors.
That's a good lift.
Sarah Wengstrom, I believe that was her second attempt. She made her opener.
The scorecard graphic in the back there was not quite up to date. Our graphics tend to be. That was her second attempt. It was a good lift.
This morning I was talking with meet director Jake Rowell. They are using an app for the judges to keep track of good lifts and bad lifts.
Have you seen that before?
I have never seen an app. At national events, they have a system with cords and not cord Wilkes, but just cords, normal electrical cords.
Cord Wilkes actually does all the judging at national meets. Maybe that's why he does so well.
That's why he does so well. No, but it's an app. You hit one button, you hit yes or no, and it goes directly to the screen and tells everyone good lift or bad, white light, red light, and it goes to a system, and it's all wireless. It's really ingenious. Developed by a friend of Jake's. They still have some kinks they're working on.
A few
still a work in progress, but it looks really nice. really cool.
You know, it's also a work in progress. We're a little bit of a work in progress, folks. This is Barbend's first ever live stream of an event. If you like it, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, we're bringing this to you free. We love hearing from you. We love hearing your commentary. Give this a share. Share it with your friends. You can click share it right on your Facebook wall. I'm sure there are lots of friends of weightlifters and other weightlifters out there who want to see it. Your share goes a long way into spreading the word. This is a fantastic competition, one of the best competitions in weightlifting this summer in America. So we want to make sure it gets out to lots of people.
This is some of the biggest prize money of any event in America, weightlifting in America. Period. I mean, you got the Arnold, and after the Arnold, you got a handful of other competitions, and this is one of the competitions that's given out several $1,000s in prize money for top men and women. Men and women, it should be said. You're not just men or not just women, men and women, equal opportunists. But for weightlifting, to reward athletes for hard work and dedication and performances.
Diana Brown, who missed her first just at the very top, actually went up. Maybe she was listening to Michael Gill's suggestion, and is going to probably, I'm guessing she's going to smoke this 61 kilo snatch.
From True Core Barbell Club.
Nice. Good lift. Good lift.
It's a good lift at 61 kilos. That is a good lift.
Freddie Pumelli from New York is asking, what's the grand prize? Freddie, yesterday, the top male and female lifter.
Each won $2,000.
Based on Sinclair.
2,000 American dollars.
Then second place was $750. And
Barbend actually was considering paying out Uzbekistan's sum in prize money. 2,000 Uzbekistan sum. Then we realized that's about 20 cents, and we said that's not as exciting as it sounds.
So it was the top lifter yesterday based on Sinclair won $2,000. So one lifter, so it was James Tatum. Second place was Frankie Murray, and third place was DJ Shuttleworth. They won $2,750 and $250 because they had the best Sinclairs of any lifters throughout the day.
And this is going to be the third time now. Sarah Wengstrom,
not quite enough
today. A little out front. Got to finish that pull, but we'll see her down the road hitting that, I'm sure.
Freddie Pumelli from New York, great question. Thank you for tuning in. Great to hear from you. Freddie is a strength sport enthusiast and a musician and real estate developer who lives in Manhattan. Good friend of mine, someone I've been to a few sports and strength competitions with as a spectator. So great to hear from Freddie this morning. Quinn Keller is asking on the stream, is there an age limit? Mike, is there an age limit in weightlifting?
No age limits. There's actually categories for different age groups to encourage. I don't want to say equal. Yeah, I guess we better say equal competition. You have youth, which are kids 17 and younger. You have juniors who are 20 and younger. You have the senior age group, which is anyone under the age of 34.
That's a great opener for Kristen Perez. Kristen is 28 years old.
She is in the. She's born. Kristen was born in 88. So
88.
She
so
would
27
be
or 28.
No,
depending on the time of year.
No. 88 would make her
27 or 28.
28. Yeah, 28. So she's in the year of being 28. So weightlifting wise, she's 28 years old.
And Mike, actually explain that to folks if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So
her weightlifting age could be different than her actual age.
Yeah, so your actual age. For example, my birthday is in June. So before June, I was I consider myself 31. June, my birthday came. I consider myself now 32. However, weightlifting wise, year of birth, it's current year minus year of birth. That's your age, regardless of if your birthday is happened or not in that calendar year.
And that's important for determining youth.
Determining
juniors.
Youth, juniors, the seniors, and then if you're over 35, you're a master. So I will turn 35 in the year 2019. January 1st, 2019, I am considered a master lifter.
And that's when your comeback starts, right? That's when your weightlifting comeback starts.
I'm good. I won a national championship. Probably that's when I will continue doing things as normally.
Just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. But there are different age groups. I mean, obviously, someone who's older, like 50 years old, is at a disadvantage compared to someone younger who's like 20 years old. And obviously someone who's, let's say 15 years old is at a disadvantage compared to someone who's 25 years old.
Unless you're CJ Cummings.
Well, yes, of course. CJ Cummings, puts other people at a disadvantage by not being CJ Cummings.
Diana Brown, third attempt. Her second attempt looked really good. Barely lost her first at the top. This is that one behind as well. So she'll be credited with her second attempt at 61 kilograms.
Yeah, unfortunately not there today. Really just needed to lock out the, press out, punch out, that, last 5% efforts. Just wasn't there. It's all right. She'll come back and have a strong, clean jerk, I'm sure.
We're getting some more viewers commenting. Dan Trink from the New York area says, David, my man, great job on the commentary. Dan is an old friend of mine, a veteran of strength sport, and an influencer, if we can use that term, in the fitness community.
I'll use it, influencer.
A master's weightlifting competitor.
Okay.
And a pretty well-known strength and conditioning coach based out of New York. So great to hear from Dan. Thanks for joining in this morning, Dan. Kenny Martinez, friend of mine who has been a CrossFitter, weightlifter, strongman, grappler. He's also watching from the New York area. Kenny, great to hear from you. Kenny's also a Barbend contributor. Has written a few articles for Barbend. Kenny Martinez.
All right, we're going to have the opening time now. Ashley Young, 64 kilos. Ashley's representing East Coast Gold and Central Maryland Gold. So not too far away if she's from the Central Maryland area.
That's an easy power snatch. Good work. We also have Seth Herman, who says, thanks, guys. Absolutely love this. As a 46-year-old novice, this is very inspiring. Watching from Gardner, New York, and heading to Gardner Athletics shortly to practice my snatches.
Gardner, New York. That sounds familiar. I want to say it's like Long Island area, but I could be totally mistaken. I could easily be like upstate.
Seth, great to hear from you. And if this inspires anyone to get out and do some lifting today, do some physical activity, lift some heavy things, pick up some stuff off the ground, I'll count that as a win.
Yeah, and if you're inspired or you just like what you see, share the feed on your Facebook. Hit the share button, hit the like button, or if you just like what I'm saying, give me the angry face. That's fine too. Tell us where you're watching from. Are you home? Where do you live? Who are you cheering for today? Give us some comments. Help us out with this commentary. It's easy to see your comments, and you've got questions. Give us some good topics to talk about.
Erin McDaniel's up for her first attempt. We are well over body weight now for these lifters.
She's in the 58 kilo weight class.
And she's going to be attempting a 66 kilogram snatch.
She's representing East Coast Gold. And if you look in the back, you see the human muscle, Phil Sabatini. He's one gigantic muscle because he's all muscle.
And she makes it.
Nice.
I believe the judges will give her that.
Caught it on her toes a little bit, but good recovery and good stand-up. Strong lift. She's a strong lifter.
Folks, I want to just emphasize there is no question too personal to put in the commentary for myself or Mike Graber.
Now, Dave, in 19 days, more or less, there's a big event coming up. It's called the Olympic Games. You may have heard of it.
I feel like I saw that a few years ago.
Yeah, like 4 years ago you may have seen it.
Might have been on like Fox News or something.
Yeah,
like
4 years ago. You may have seen 8 years ago as well. So if anyone at home is excited about the Olympics or going to watch the Olympics, what athletes in particular? It doesn't necessarily have to be a weightlifting athlete, but I guess probably be more appropriate if we talk about weightlifting athletes. But if you're excited about Michael Phelps, let us know you're excited about Michael Phelps. And obviously America's sending 4 weightlifters. As we get ready for Kristen Perez's second attempt at 66 kilos, we can talk a little bit more about the Olympics after this.
Snappy, real snappy this
strong second attempt, 66 kilos.
Looks like Barbara Labe is...
Barbend,
Barbara Labe is commenting on the stream, and Stephen Labe was a lifter yesterday, did really well.
Yeah, he did.
Nice young lifter.
Another Phil Sabatini athlete. So we got the Olympics coming up in 19 days. Morgan King, 48 kilos for America. You got Jenny Arthur, 75 kilos. Sarah Robles, her second Olympics. And then let's finish up with Kendrick Ferris, his third Olympics.
Rubel Kazi, who was the first lifter yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Bright and early at 7 a.m. is commenting on the thread. He says he's excited to see Morgan King at the Olympics.
Me too.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I agree.
She looked really 100%. Good at the Olympic trials. She had a great competition. I know she's been coached a lot by Zygmunt Smalsers, Dean Cruz, Shahina Shahirna. So, I mean, some very good coaches she's been working with. Very exciting, and she looks like she's in great shape, very healthy. So exciting.
Elizabeth Bartlett.
Dr. Elizabeth Bartlett.
Dr. Elizabeth Bartlett.
She is also coached by Phil Sabatini. Her husband, Adam Baton, is videographing from the corner. We saw him last night in the invitational session. Mm-hmm. But here we go. It's the opening attempt with Dr. Elizabeth Bartlett of East Coast Gold, 67 kilos.
Just kind of got shot out from under it there.
Let it out in front. Let's get that back a little bit. I'm sure if a good doctor will come back and have a strong second attempt. Dr. Bartlett's a national level lifter. I've seen her most recently, I believe, Salt Lake City 2014. She competed as a 69, so she's came down in body weight down to the 63 kilo weight class today. And I think, more recently for competitions. She's, if I remember correctly, she is a doctorate of the classical literature like Latin and Greek. She spent a lot of time in Italy and Greece studying. She's kind of like the Dave Boffa of literature, not art.
I met David. I've only met David Boffa once in person.
That's enough.
And it was in Italy.
Okay.
So I feel like that's the most authentic way to meet David Boffa, Dr. David Boffa. Laura Bly coming out for her first.
He's a very prominent Italian-American Italian.
Laura was a volunteer yesterday and was helping run the competition yesterday. Cool to see her lifting on the platform today. Let's see if she can make this. Little wobbly at the bottom, but she saves it on the recovery. Great to see Laura get on the board today. Laura was super fantastic yesterday. She was running around making sure all the volunteers were attended to, were having a good time, checked in with us multiple times. She was really fantastic.
Oh, definitely. She was roughing, as you said, she was working it. She was here all day, just like us.
Probably longer than us, actually.
Probably.
And then she's lifting today.
Yes.
We aren't lifting much of anything today. These microphones are about a kilo.
They feel heavy, but she's also in a lot better shape than us, too, I'm sure.
Oh, that
goes without saying. And I said it. All right, so we're going to have Tatiana Mizell, her uncle's been following along on the live feed.
A few folks. She has a few supporters on the thread
yeah.
this morning. So she's opening at 67, which is over 10 kilos above body weight. She looks determined. She looks ready.
58 kilos. She's representing Total Training, Inc.
Little smirk there. She knows she's got this. Approaching the barbell confidently. A little too much pull on that.
Very strong, yeah.
She's got the strength.
Yes.
It just
got the speed and the strength. Just got to block it out. You got to finish.
Also want to point out that it's early on a Sunday morning, but there are a lot of folks in the crowd here at RVA CrossFit.
Oh, yeah. It looks just like yesterday.
That has not stopped anyone from coming out. And
this is a great setup they have here at RVA. I mean, look at that platform. That is a beautiful, professionally done platform.
That's a national level platform.
Yes, it is.
I mean, easily.
Easily. And these weights, these Vulcan strength training system weights, these are really nice looking weights.
I love the way these weights look. It's like a modern look and feel. Very clean.
Here comes Ashley Young's second attempt. She made 64 a few minutes ago on her opener.
And she'll make 67 as well.
Good.
Just another day in the office for Ashley.
Oh yeah, she's reading all her emails and responding appropriately.
Do you know I have a question. Do you know if David Boffa has watched any of this stream?
I haven't heard from him. I know. I know several prominent folks from the Midwest have watched the stream, and some prominent folks from the New York area and other parts of America and internationally. However, David Boffa and Dr. Jonas Westbrook, I'm not sure if they even know I'm in Richmond, Virginia right now.
Oh, maybe that's a good thing. Dr. Elizabeth Bartlett.
Dr. Elizabeth
Speaking
Bartlett?
of doctors.
Yes.
For her second attempt snatch, she missed her first. A little out in front.
A teacher of the classics, fluent in Latin and Greek, Italian probably, and obviously English.
Same thing on that
Middle,
second
out,
attempt.
Yeah, out in front. Got to finish that pull. Get it back.
I met her husband, Adam Baton, for the first time yesterday. Really, really friendly guy.
Yes, he is.
Great lifter. He's been lifting for a while, and probably his biggest weightlifting accomplishment thus far in his career has been he was an alternate on the 2013 Pan American.
Oh, yeah. I was at that at the competition where he qualified.
You're at every competition.
Not too many competitions, probably. I was there. He totaled 304 kilos as a 77. He was one of 4 athletes in that session, American athletes, to total over 300 kilos as a 77, which, up until that point, it was like Chad Vaughn doing numbers like that, and then everyone else. Mm-hmm. And then in that session, you had James Tatum with about 311 total, I think, on that day. Hernandez 310, Tatum, Cooper. Who we're talking about? Baton at 304 and Mike Service at 304, and 4 guys over 300 total, 77 kilo weight class. And this is the second attempt. Now Tatiana Mizell's much better.
Much better. She missed the first one behind, but she's looking good.
Yes, much better comebacks. Whatever coach Keith Wright told her in the back works. It worked. So it's a good comeback.
Keith Wright has more than a few athletes in this competition.
Yeah. I mean, they seem to be a local team, so that's good. That's great. It's great to see lots of athletes, regardless of where they're coming from or what club they're coming from. It's great to see. Great to see.
Larry Brown on the stream says, "I'm going to head down soon to check everybody out." Larry
come say
lives
hi,
in
Larry.
Richmond. If you live in Richmond, Virginia, we love that you're watching on the stream.
Yes.
But we'd also love to see you in person. Come on down to RVA CrossFit and check out some weightlifting.
It's easy to find.
We have vendors. We have RX Pro Shop, Grumpy Growlers, Vulcan has a booth, Born Primitive has a booth. There was a little after party last night. They had some beer and cider. I'm not sure if they're going to have that today. It was a really good time yesterday. We already have spectators filling the seats. We're probably at about 60% capacity.
Yeah, easily that.
And it's barely 9 a.m. So
here's it's going to be a third time now. Dr. Elizabeth Bartlett. She needs this to stay in the competition.
Do or die situation for Bartlett?
Do or die for the Doctor. Come on, Doctor. Let's go. Yes.
That's a relief. Oh, look at that. Phil Sabatini over on the side looks happy to see her hit that.
Whatever Phil Sabatini prescribed to her, it worked.
If Phil Sabatini told me to do something, I'd do it.
I'd be too afraid not to do it.
I wouldn't. You wouldn't get a whole lot of no's out of me. Go lift that weight, yes sir.
But that was a great comeback from the Doctor. A good Doctor.
That takes to miss that weight twice and then come out and nail it.
It's not easy. It's mentally.
No.
Maybe physically it was good. Mentally it's very tough. But great job to Elizabeth. And Dr. Bartlett she's from the Baltimore area now. She grew up in Arizona. One of her degrees I know is from the University of Arizona. She's at Wildcats. Every basketball season, she is very excited because they have a good basketball team.
Arizona does have a good basketball program. And speaking of we'll talk about an Arizona alum that you have a connection to in a second. But before that, we have Kristen Perez's third snatch. Not quite there this morning.
No, there. She's credited with 66 on her second attempt. So who is this Arizona alum that I'm connected to?
Well, I was talking about one Patriots tight end.
Oh, my goodness. You are talking about the Gronk.
I'm talking about Gronk Robkowski.
Rob Gronkowski. He's a Buffalo guy. He grew up in the Western New York, Buffalo area, just like me. A few weeks ago, I had the privilege of stopping by G&G Fitness, where his family owns. I met one of his older brothers, Dan, who also played in the NFL for about 5 years or so. And I am currently working on an article for barbend.com involving, that talks about the weightlifting equipment. The Gronkowski family is launching their own line of Gronk fitness products. They have launched them. I got to work with a few of them. It's a very nice bar. It's similar to a lot of other bars out on the market, and the Gronkowski family is getting into that, and I'm hoping in the next week or two to have a story out on barbend.com.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and it's interesting to see all these folks who maybe mainstream athletics, mainstream sports, fame from other avenues, getting involved in weightlifting and weight training. Speaking of weightlifting equipment, the Vulcan USA, Vulcan Strength Training Systems, is the equipment and title sponsor of the RVA Open Invitational, and they have provided some great looking kit for these lifters to use. As we see Erin McDaniel go up for her second attempt, 70 kilos.
It's 154 pounds on the bar. All right, no lift.
A little bit behind. We know she's strong enough to hit it. Missed it behind. If you can miss it behind, then you can make it. Dennis Reno told me that once. Dennis Reno told me a lot of things, I'll be honest with you.
But everything Dennis Reno told you is the truth.
He said, Dave, if we cut off your head, you'd be a pretty good lifter, and you'd also go down a weight class. Not untrue.
Not untrue.
Not untrue.
Now, to be fair, Yasha Khan has told you many things. All lies.
All
lies.
He's never told me a truth, is the thing.
But that's just because it's you. Anyone else he's very honest with.
Is it because I'm
it's because
part
you're
Russian?
It's because you're much better looking than him. That's why. He's jealous.
I
He's jealous of your
disagree
hair.
with that.
The
I
hair.
disagree.
He's jealous of the hair, at
that's
least.
true. He told me he wasn't jealous of the hair, which means he was.
He was lying to you.
Laura Bly, second attempt.
Just a bit short. She cut that pull. She really needs to finish that pull. She got another attempt left. I'm sure we will see her come out in a few minutes and have a really strong pull and get that weight back behind her head where it belongs.
I'm impressed that Laura is lifting today because she was probably on her feet for 12 hours yesterday at least.
Laura is a master lifter also, so it's one thing for she is 30 year of turning 36 years old.
Huh.
Based on the start list I have in front of me. She's from RVA, so whatever sleep she got yesterday, she got to sleep in her own bed.
Or not, or she slept at the gym. We don't know that she didn't.
We left, she was still here.
You put some padding on that platform, I'd sleep there. Ashley Young, third attempt. This is to go 3 for 3 in the snatches today. 70 kilos. Slab of beef on each side of the bar. No, not quite there. Every time I say slab of beef involving a red plate, Mike Graber just cracks up and has to move the mic away from his face.
We're at 154 pounds. This is, literally, business is picking up, David. Literally, it's being picked up.
The business of picking up.
Yes, is picked up. Let's check in on the live stream. Now, on a side note, if you're enjoying this live stream, if you're enjoying things like slabs of beef and commentary,
or you want us to stop talking,
yeah, go ahead and like or mute us or like the Barbend page, obviously. Share the live stream from RVA Open's Facebook or from the Barbend Facebook. Obviously all of these lifts are coming to you live, fully gratis, by barbend.com. The next week or so, all the lifts will be provided to the athletes for other training purposes, for social media purposes, for showing mom and dad or grandma or whoever they want to show. But all coming to you provided complimentary by barbend.com. So share the links and give some comments. The athletes will see all your comments, all the supports, and that'll help them out a lot.
That is a no lift for Tatiana. She will be credited with her second attempt.
Yesterday we had a share of the live feed by Jared Fleming.
Yeah,
two-time national champion, multi-time world team member, recovering from ACL surgery. Uh-huh. The great part about it was he shared it 2 hours after the competition ended last night.
Hey, better late than never.
Yes.
Jared, who is a reader, confirmed reader of Barbend.
Yes.
And follower of Barbend.
He's a fellow upstate New Yorker. When he was 14 years old, he had the unpleasant experience of competing against one Mike Graber, who was 22 years old, and I beat him by about a kilo.
Erin McDaniel. I want to talk a little bit more about Mike Graber, the lifter, after Erin McDaniel hits the 70 kilogram snatch.
I want to see just their attempts.
That was a fight.
Yes, it was.
She stood up with it. Let's see if the judges give that to her. That's 3 whites. That's 3 whites. Good work. So Mike Graber, folks, Mike Graber is more than just a world-class world class on the color commentary. Mike Graber is a multi-time national medalist.
Yes.
He is an Arnold champion. An Arnold
Yeah, once. I'm
champion.
not the
an
money.
Arnold
Not
champion.
the money, but I won my weight class.
He's an Arnold champion.
Never won money. Never won
and
money. But
maybe his most notable accomplishment as far as the weightlifting resume, he is the 2011 national champion.
that stands out.
I thought you were going to say, that's kind of true.
It happened. I was there.
Well, I met you in 2011.
Yes. In New York City.
Just a couple of months before you won your national championship.
I believe you.
And if you had asked me if I thought you'd win, I would have said probably.
Maybe. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, why not? Maybe.
Yeah, a shot.
Crazier things have happened.
Laura Blythe. Well, maybe not up until that point.
Not that many crazier things, but some. All right, no lift for Laura. Big
She'll be
pull.
credited with her first attempt today.
Strong attempt, just a little out front. Needs to get it back. She's probably exhausted from all day yesterday. So it's great she got on the board.
But yeah, Mike was. I met Mike in 2011, summer of 2011, at Lost Battalion Hall.
And we took the subway back into Manhattan.
We shared a bar and then took the subway. We were lifting roughly the same weight, and I was significantly heavier than you.
Yeah, roughly 2 weight classes, give or take. About 2 or 3 weight classes.
2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And
made a few lifts, did some squatting, and called it a day.
It was it was good. I think I got Chipotle after that.
I think we talked about Dennis Reno more so than anything else.
Well, we still are.
We still are. We still do to this day.
Gabrielle Ocker, her opening attempt at 72 kilograms. Oh, that looked really strong. I wish I could fast like that. Wow.
That was very good.
We are coming down to the final few lifters in this session.
Yeah, we're at 72. I do know we have several ladies opening at 80. Unless something has changed. So
including one of Tom Stroka's athletes at Big Shoulders CrossFit.
Yeah, that would be Katie Boyer, I believe.
Who has a PR snatch of 86 kilograms, I think Tom said earlier on the thread.
All right. We have a junior lifter, Meredith Alween from CrossFit Takeover in the Virginia area, who also is opening 80 kilos. So both in the 69 kilo weight class, both really strong ladies. So that'll be. It sounds like we got like a little competition battle coming down for first place. Looking forward to seeing that.
We have some really good interaction on the live stream this morning. We want to hear your questions, though. Do you have questions about weightlifting, about the competition? Do you have questions for myself or Mike?
Yeah, thoughts on the Olympics. Who are you excited to see? Who are you upset that failed the drug test recently is not going to be there?
Or failed a drug test not so recently?
Yeah, and still won't be there.
It was just a retest. I think the Olympics is still going to be exciting this year. There's still a lot of weight classes I'm excited for. And
can I just say, who I'm excited to see lift at the Olympics? He's on my T-shirt right now. His name's Mohamed Bagaliev.
There you go.
He's from Uzbekistan, and he's on my T-shirt.
And Mohamed Bagaliev is lifting for Uzbekistan.
His mother lives in Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
He coaches at Crow Hill CrossFit in Brooklyn. He's a student at Lindenwood University in St. Louis. He speaks, I think, 10 languages.
And he is a friend of Barbend. But more importantly, like a brother to Mike Graber.
He's good friends, yeah. His mother makes delicious plov,
which is
the national dish of Uzbekistan. It's rice and beef and a few vegetables, but mainly rice and beef. He is an Arnold. Unlike me, he is an Arnold money winner. In the 85 kilo weight class, he's won some money.
He was at the Asian Championships this year, right?
He did. He took top 5 Asian Championships.
160, 190?
Yeah, good turnout. He won the American Open in 2013. Mm-hmm. We're talking about all these American Open champions. He also, obviously being an open competition, you do not need citizenship to compete at that competition. Obviously, the national championships you do, but the American Open, Mohammed won it in 2013. He actually beat Travis Cooper. They're both 85s in a battle. Who else was there? Anthony Pomponio was there. They battled it out. So yeah, good showing at that Dallas. It was a blizzard outside. Inside it was on fire. The platform was on fire, Dave.
We actually have Gabrielle Ocker coming up for her second attempt now.
She's a light 69, only 67, not even 67 kilos of body weight.
First attempt looked fantastic. Excited to see what she does here.
She's from Solidarity Barbell Club.
Another very good attempt.
Very strong.
So Mohamed Bagaliev, a lifter you're excited to see in Rio. Still pretty young, right?
Still young. He's 92. He's 24. Year of birth. Year of turning 24. That Uzbekistan team. There's an article actually on Barbend about the Uzbekistan team.
Yep.
A few months ago we published that. But they have 5 guys. They qualified 5 men, which is 4 men more than America qualified. Mm-hmm. They qualified only 1 woman, and then they lost that, so they have no women, which is 3 less than America qualified.
But 4 very good male weightlifters heading to the
very
Olympics.
good male weightlifters, and then they have a 5th. I'm still not quite sure who that 5th is going to be.
Or 5 very good male weightlifters.
5 very good lifters. Off the top of my head, we have Ruslan Nuridinov, who I think is a favorite to win the 105s.
It's funny.
Maybe not the favorite, but a favorite.
Even if Ilya Ilyin was not suspended, it's him winning was not a given with someone like Ruslan in the mix.
No, Nuridinov is healthy. He's
pushed Ilya before.
He had been injured in 2015. He did not lift in Houston, but in Kazakhstan a year prior, he actually set a world record in the clean and jerk. Mm-hmm. Ruslan Nuridinov, 239 kilo clean and jerk,
which he held for about 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
David Bedzanyan from Russia, clean and jerk 240 immediately after, which lasted for all of another 2.5 minutes.
2.5. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2 minutes. Then Ilya Ilyin came out and did 242 kilos and won the world title and reset the world record in the clean and jerk.
And it's worth noting, too, that Ruslan won the snatch portion of the Worlds that year.
Oh, yes. He's a very accomplished lifter. He was a 2013 world champion, a 2012 Olympian. I think he took 4th place in the 105 kilo weight class, so just 1 spot out of a medal. 2011, he was a medalist in Paris at the World Championships. Speaks great English. I met him first in Paris in 2011 in the airport.
He's the premier snatcher in the 105 kilogram weight class in the world.
Yes.
He probably has the heaviest snatch of any actively competing 105.
Competing, non-suspended.
Any weightlifter who's allowed to walk onto the Olympic platform and weighs between 94 and 105 kilograms.
Agreed.
He has the heaviest snatch. So excited to see him.
No, I mean, obviously anything can happen.
So Joel Quintong is watching on the thread. Great to hear from Joel.
This does not sound good.
I'm gonna toss this question over to Mike. He said, who would win in a fight, Brian Drescher or Dave Bruzy? Well, Brian Drescher.
Brian Drescher's not a fighter. He's a musician. He's an athlete.
Speaking of an athlete.
Not a fighter. Speaking of athletes, Gabrielle Oker, 3rd attempt now, 78 kilos.
30 seconds.
She made 72. She made 75. So let's see what happens here. Very nice. I mean, that was her best one.
Yeah, she's impressed me this morning. She's definitely impressed me this morning.
So to finish Joel Quintong's question, there would be no fight. Brian would sing some great songs, and everyone would have a great time. That's what I think would happen.
Yeah, everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
That's a fight where everyone wins.
Yeah, he'd break out the keyboard, he'd sing some Elvis, or whatever he felt like on that day. I think Elvis, though. He's a big Elvis fan. Heartbreak Hotel, maybe, or...
Joel, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. If you talk to... Dennis Reno, Yasha Khan, Ben Fuller, Matt Delaney, anyone from the New England weightlifting area or from the Norwood Training Center, or Donnie Venturosa, tell them we both said hey.
So, for those of you at home who do not know who Joel Quintong is, one or two, Joel Quintong is the Dean of Weightlifting at the School of Weightlifting at Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. That's his official title. He is, if you want to get a master's degree in weightlifting at Sacred Heart University, you go talk to the Dean.
Katie Boyer is open.
He'll give you an application.
80 kilograms. She's a 69 kilo lifter.
And she is on Big Shoulders Barbell, coached by Tom Soroka.
That's a good opening first attempt.
Yeah. Strong lady.
Love these Vulcan plates. The Vulcan 5 kilo white plates.
Now, they're on the back of her singlet is a face. Could that be Tom Soroka's face?
Oh,
We'll have to pay more attention on the next attempt. There's a white
circle. That's a little creepy, if so. But Tom Tom's watching.
He's watching.
But these Vulcan plates, these 5 kilo Vulcan plates, I was talking to Don McCauley about them yesterday when we had him on the stream. And we both agree they reminded us of something you might see in an old Russian training hall where they had 5 kilo plates that were a little wider.
Also, as you may recall, I was helping load for Cord Wilkes yesterday when the dragon was here.
Cord the snake, Wilkes. I'm kidding.
Oh.
If Kane's a dragon, what is Cord? He's just Cord.
This is Cord.
He's just Cord Wilkes.
That's a question that needs more time to answer.
Meredith for her first attempt.
This is Meredith Alvine. She's a junior lifter, also opening 80 kilos. Tight, stay tight.
Good fight there.
Good
fight there.
Meredith's all of 18, year of birth, 18 years old. And CrossFit Takeover in the Virginia area. So to finish my thought there, they are light. They feel lighter than other more dense weights, probably because it's
you
larger.
expect it to feel heavier.
I thought it felt lighter than 2.5 kilos or 5 kilos normally feels. And I have to assume it's because it's longer and not as dense.
Well, the brain, I was actually squatting the other day for the first time in a long time, and I put them on, and I think I expect them to be heavier because they are larger. But they weigh 5 kilos. Mm-hmm. They weigh a full 5 kilos.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I think it's just less or more surface area.
Yeah.
And it maybe plays tricks on your mind also. It fooled me into thinking it's lighter.
Start the clock for Boyer.
So Katie Boyer's coming up for her second attempt. Tom Stroker, her coach from Big Shoulders CrossFit in Chicago, has clarified that it's a gorilla on the back of her singlet, not him. But then he says, close enough.
All right.
Close enough.
I'm glad he said it, not me.
No, he said it.
Yes.
Yeah. Tom is a 2013 American Open champion in the super heavyweight category. He is a lifter and currently an athlete in the National Pro Grid League. Was drafted by the New York Rhinos a few months ago.
That's my favorite Grid League team.
He is a barbell cycling specialist, but also, for a big guy, pretty good at some of the more complex gymnastics. Deficit handstand push-ups. Can knock out some muscle-ups if you need him to.
Yeah, you never know when you need him to.
Honestly, you don't.
Looking at the commentary, Jay Mizell says, nice lift, Meredith. She's representing CTO CrossFit Takeover in Virginia Beach. So Meredith up for second attempt at 83 kilos now. Junior lifter Meredith.
Just missed it behind.
Alvine, little behind.
So we're down to the final 2 lifters for this session.
3 more attempts.
We got Katie and Meredith.
Katie Boyer electing to go up more than 83 kilos.
I think she's good for it.
So we have the RVA Open scoreboard. We're going to open up real quick online just to get a quick. We'll see if it's updated. It should be updated. It should tell us what what Meredith is going to. It's not updated yet. Online, we don't have the cards in front of us because they're at the scoring table. We are not. But we have Katie Boyer at 84 kilos, so that's the answer. She answered it for us. 84 is on the bar now. This is the second attempt. Katie Boyer from Big Shoulders Barbell Club of the Chicago, Illinois area.
That'll be a good lift for Katie. Impressive lifting through her first 2 attempts today.
That's how you do it.
That's not how I do it.
No, that's how you should do it.
That's how it should be done.
Yes.
We're down to our last 2 attempts for this session, for this morning session. Women's 58 kilo A group, 63 kilo group, and 69 kilo group.
Junior lifter Meredith Alvine, CrossFit Takeover. She missed 83. She's going up to 85 kilos.
But she missed the 83 behind, which suggests that she's strong enough for it.
She's got more of a tank. So let's see what happens. And I think Meredith has a bigger opener in the clean and jerk. So maybe the thinking is Even if they're down by a few kilos in the snatch, they can make up for it in a clean and jerk. But let's see what happens here. Hopefully she makes us 85. I know she's strong enough. She's got enough gas in the tank. Let's see her do it.
Not quite there.
Not quite there. A little out of front, a little slow off the ground.
But she'll be credited with her opener.
Yeah.
Solid 80 kilos.
So let's see now. We got one more attempt. Katie Boyer. Let's see how this plays out.
We have her coach watching all the way from Chicago.
Then we'll have a 5-minute break and we do clean and jerks.
So folks, this will be the last attempt of this session. What we'll do is after that, after Katie Boyer's third attempt, we will take a little break, 5 minutes, and then we'll be back on for the clean and jerk. So don't go anywhere.
Are we going to have a new feed?
We're going to have a new feed for that. So what's going to happen is we're going to end this feed after this lift.
Yeah, we're limited to 90 minutes per feed.
And then we'll come back for the clean and jerks and start up a new feed. So come back to the Barbend Facebook page
or the RVA
CrossFit Facebook page.
Yeah.
Or you can watch on barbend.com or RVAOpen.com.
If you go to barbend.com, that's the YouTube link, and
it's an article right at the top of the page.
Yeah, and it's you don't have to. You can stay on the same thing. It goes black for a few seconds while we change, and then the screen comes back. But whatever works best for you. No limits.
Or the easiest thing to do is to come right back to the Barbend Facebook page, and you'll see the stream. You'll see the stream for the clean and jerks. All of these lifts are going to be archived courtesy for free and accessible courtesy for free of barbend.com. Her best
All right,
snatch.
and I believe that's a PR snatch.
That
for Katie Boyer.
That is a PR snatch by 1 kilogram for Katie Boyer. She's thrilled. Put in some great work today. I'm sure her friends, family, and coach back home watching from Chicago are happy. And folks, that's the last snatch of this session. We'll come back to you in about 5 minutes for the clean and jerks. For Barbend, I am David Tao.
I'm Mike Rabe. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.